City. This is Love TV's evening news for Wednesday, December 22nd. It is the 354th day of the year, and with only 3 more days left until the celebration of Christmas, there is a lot to tell you about on this cool evening in the old capital. So let's start with a check of the stories that are making headlines today. The case of the Novello brothers versus the Ministry of Transport adjourned yet again. We'll hear from the lawyer representing the plaintiff. And the Georgetown Technical High School gets new classroom space. Details of these stories and more are coming up on the broadcast tonight. But first, here is a word from our sponsors. Good evening, Belize. With the midweek edition of Love TV's Evening News, I am Patrick Jones. With the lingering uncertainty of the sugar industry's survival, farmers in northern Belize are looking at alternative sources of income. And today there is hope in papaya exportation. Through the Taiwan Technical Mission, a small farmer loan contract of $230,000 was assigned with the La Inmaculada Credit Union in Orange Walk. The loan program is targeting small farmers, particularly the Little Belize Farmer Group in Corozal and the Papaya Growers Group in Orange Walk. La Inmaculada Credit Union Limited will be the local financier to provide a loan at an interest rate of 10%. Yolanda Gomez is the manager at the institution and signed the agreement today along with Ambassador David K. Wu of the Republic of China, Taiwan.
We have formalized an agreement with the Taiwan Technical Mission through the Taiwan Embassy, whereby they'll be earmarking $230,000 specifically for the papaya industry in Orange Walk and part of Corozal, because actually the focus is for the exporting company is Little Belize Exporting Group, and that falls within the Corozal district. So what we are doing together with the Ministry of Agriculture as well, because they are in support with this project, is that we are encouraging other sustainable enterprising entities other than just sugar. And papaya, it has proven to be a very, very successful and lucrative industry because we already have a market for the papayas to be exported. Where La Inmaculada Credit Union plays an important role is that under the Licosedat project, we have tested with a pilot project of 5 acres of papaya that has been super successful. And of course, we have gotten assistance also from the District Agriculture Officer and the Taiwanese, the Technical Mission. They have visited this papaya plantation. They have also assisted, and they will continue to assist both technically and through this funding.
Hopefully in the future we can have a more collaboration and partnership with not only the farmers. I think we can also consider the collaboration of other areas. And thank you. I think Technical Mission and your credit union, I think both of you can be very helpful, for the agriculture farming in the near future. Thank you.
The loan is for a period of 28 months. The Taiwan Technical Mission and the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries will be providing technical guidance to the farmers. In 2008, the Novello family filed an application for judicial review of decisions taken by the Chief Transport Officer and the National Transport Board. The Novellos claimed that the permits that were issued on October 18, 2008 were not done by the proper procedure, that the entire zoning was unlawful because concessions were not approved by the National Assembly, board meetings during which grants were given were unlawful, and that the board itself was unconstitutional. Justice Samuel Awich granted the judicial review and an injunction against new permits being issued to operators in the portions of the north, including Ladyville. Today, the major players were back in court, and Acting Chief Justice Samuel Awich adjourned the case until next month. Attorney at law Lisa Showman, along with co-counsel Eamon Courtney, represented National Transports Limited.
We asked the court to put an injunction because the Transport Department had partially implemented zoning and would have continued implementing their zoning. In that implementation, National Transport Services Limited would have been denied permission to run in the north. We were not able to get a total injunction in terms of the west to keep the status quo, but the status quo was kept in the north. Actually, it has not, Jules. Since 2008, the status quo has meant that National Transport has been running along with other service providers in the north. And in March of this year, the minister very confidently predicted that he would get that injunction lifted and said a number of things. Curiously then, the entire issue of the injunction did not seem so urgent anymore, and we only had noticed that this matter would be set again, I believe in October. What they were saying is that circumstances had changed, there was sniping, there were other issues, and those were the circumstances being cited. Today, counsel for the Transport Board is saying circumstances have changed further because of the receivership. The receiver, Mr. Kevin Castillo, put in an affidavit saying that as receiver, they are prepared to resume the runs. They just needed a period of time to see what was the position and decide what they would do. So he has now put in an affidavit to the court saying that they can resume provision. So the court is, at this point in time, granting an adjournment in all fairness to the receiver, who has now joined the case for the applicants for judicial review, because they will have to now make decisions as to ultimately how they pursue this matter.
In terms of the 275 national transport workers, Philip Jones, former operations manager at the National Transport, says they are working hard to ensure that their payments are made before Christmas.
Presently, like our attorney had mentioned, we have been working very hard to ensure that the workers' severance and the payment that was due and the 10 are to be met, and we have been meeting almost every day along with the Labour Commissioner to ensure that they have worked as fastly as swiftly to ensure that the workers have received their benefit and their severance leave. I believe today they should be meeting along with the receiver to ensure that that process continue, and hopefully before Christmas some sort of payment arrangement is met for the workers that we have.
Acting Chief Justice Awich was adamant in saying that he is not giving the matter more than 2 weeks for it to be resolved. The case was adjourned until Tuesday, January 4th. The Michael Finnegan Market was inaugurated exactly a month ago, but vendors are just starting to relocate to their new stalls. But already some vendors are finding some problems, saying that they have not been able to relocate because they do not have light or water. In addition, some vendors do not have a stall in the new market. Michael Tios from the Belize City Council explains.
But since the inauguration of the market, we had some minor glitches along the way. We have sent a letter out to the tenants who currently occupy the market at the Pongyar division, asking them to relocate over to the new Michael Finnegan market. Those are the ones who had gotten a stall. We still have some problems that pertains to getting in the light and the water. Those we anticipate will be completed today. But for the other residents, that is our tenants who did not have a stall, we're having some problems with them because the area that they want to vend is not the area that's being prescribed for vending. So we're giving them the area and they don't really want to comply with that. But what we're doing is that we have set aside an area which is along the Hecate Street area for those vendors. Some vendors are classified as peddlers. They just come in, not every day. They do come in to do sales quite possibly on the heavier market days. So they don't have a stall. So those persons are being located along the Hecate side and from the junction of Hecate with the canal side, going up towards the Street Bridge. There is a prescribed area for the wholesalers to be at, and that's where we're having problems right now because some of the vendors are taking up that area for the wholesalers. And so, it's just to get those little hitches out, and I think we have a very smooth running of the market after that.
For the vendors who still cannot move over to the new market, Tios says that they can no longer provide security for them.
No, we recently hired 6 new special constables, and they are posted at the Microfinance market. We cannot stretch our resources that thin.
So at what point did they not have security? I'm talking about Pongyard.
That commenced, that will be today.
So as of today, no security at Pongyard.
Yes, no, there's no security at Pongyard commencing today. That commenced this morning. If there's any additional problems or anything comments, we're free, we're open. We'll listen to the person have to bring forward to us, because we want to make sure that the move is as painless as possible. I have to say painless because then it's a change in how we actually operate business. We want to more centralize our operation and start to have more people more in an orderly fashion. And, with changes, most persons find problems, and that's what we're trying to work out. And we're hopeful that at the end of this exercise, it's going to be a plus for the vendors, for the shoppers, everybody.
That was Michael Theos from the Belize City Council. After the break, Georgetown Technical High gets new classrooms and a group of civil servants get certified in secretarial studies. Love TV's Evening News will continue after these messages.